So I'm going to talk about the Feral Cat Coalition. And I want to stress, first and foremost, is, believe it or not, we're not a bunch of crazy cat people. We're close, some of us, we're really close. But we're not there. It's actually the best group I've worked with. And I've worked with a lot of rescue groups. It's by far the best one I've worked with, in that we have a group of skilled people in different areas. We have veterinarians, we have trappers, we have people that are good with the computer and the internet. We have people that are great with fundraisers. We had a poker game night Saturday. We also had a massive sweep on Saturday. Very, very busy group, giving their time for free, their money into it, and it benefits the community. It benefits the taxpayers. And I know if you look at all the problems in this community, cats is way down on the list. I put homeless and all that other gangbangers above that. But this is a real waste of money that we've done for so long. We started in 2014, they had 4 people, 1 vet, and it wasn't well received. They thought we were nuts. Because what we were talking about is something that was done all over the world for about 50 years, but never done in this area. Now it's a group, it's a 501c3. We have about 30 to 40 volunteers at any time. There are 5 veterinarians and 3 clinics that participate. I need a clicker. What the Feral Cat Coalition promotes, and it's the only humane and proven way to control feral cats, is that we catch them, we alter them, we notch their ear, and this happens to be in front of my practice. If you go there, you've probably never seen these cats, but they all have their ear notched, and it was just the weirdest thing for them to line up in front of that police car that morning. I looked at it, and they don't ever do this. So what went through their mind, and our colony there is all black and white cats. Black and white, and a tabby comes up, an orange cat, they chase him off. So this is, I guess they were protecting it. Besides altering them, we adopt out young kittens that can be placed. We do the rabies, we vaccinate, flea control, and in some cases, feluke and AIDS test them. Again, I mentioned that it wasn't really well received at the beginning. And I think what happened is we found that people really hated cats or really loved them. And you're not going to tell them not to feed them. So what we did is talk about a common problem. Whether you love them or hate them, it's a nuisance. It's a problem. And there was only one proven solution that happens also to be very, very humane, and that's trap, neuter, and return. And I'm going to go over just real briefly about what's happened in the U.S. Now, the first shelter was opened in 1866. 1866. That was before they had, that's the first SPCA, that's before they had child welfare. So I don't think that's quite right. From 1866 to, where is that? 1970, we're putting to sleep at least 20 million dogs and cats to sleep every single year. 20 million. And the means, and there were many shelters, many dog pounds actually at that time, in every city and county. And they were doing trap and kill, trap and kill, trap and kill. Well, that got us to up to that 2 million point, because it doesn't work. And so, starting in the 1970s, and this goes up to 2017, What's happened is we've seen a sharp decline. And the reason for that decline is we stopped doing what doesn't work. And I love this slide. Insanity is doing over and over and over again something that doesn't work and you're expecting a different outcome. So that is especially true, especially for feline cats. It does not, or feral cats, it does not work for them. So as I mentioned, the amount of euthanasia the amount of animals killed from 1970 to 2017 decreased by 18.5 million. The amount of people and pet owners increased during that period. Pet owners increased to 96 million. So what happened? Why did the numbers go down? And the numbers went down because of proactive programs. Rescue groups, trap, neuter, and return, spay and neuter, microchips, all of those things lead to a change in what we were doing. So we had more money, we had more people, more pets, but it went down because money, time, and effort was put into proactive programs. I don't know what that didn't come up, but I'll tell you what it should say. And it says, why are feral cats such a problem? Well, it's their biology. It's just simple. They start breeding at 4 months. They'll have 4 to 6 kittens per litter, 2 to 3 litters per year, and they're induced ovulators, which means they're like a rabbit. They'll keep cycling into their bred, and then they release the ovum, which means they have about 100% success rate in getting pregnant. So 82% of all cats that we see are born to feral cats. So 82% of all cats born are born to feral cats. So if we look at it, people in the room, where you got your cat, and a lot of people say, I found it in the parking lot, I found it here, I think the cat finds you. But in essence, shelters account for 31% of pets. They're fed in by that 82% feral cats. Friends and relatives. A cat comes up, it's really kind of cute, hangs around the house. Next thing you know, it has kittens. So they call friends and family. 28% people get from there. And strays, just finding them on the street. And that, again, is fed in by that 82% of all cats born. So we talk about, is there other options? And there are other options, and adoption is an important part of it. Now, we do adopt out the younger cats. Adult feral stray cat is not a pet. You can't tame them down, you can't change them. It's like taking a jackrabbit and trying to make it a little bunny. You can adopt the ones under 3 months. Those are usually the ones that we're able to take and find homes for. Relocation is everybody's big thing. You know, take them out to barns, take them out to the country. That doesn't work. People do that all the time. They dump them out there. But to do a real barn cat program, you have to train, you have to work with the cat to acclimate. If you would like me taking you and say, you're really successful in this town, I'm going to put you in San Francisco. You'll do great. You're going to try to make it back, and that's what these cats do. The other option is sanctuaries for cats. And there is the biggest sanctuary in California in this area. And it's Cat at the Kings, or Cat House at the Kings. And I think they do a wonderful job. No criticism of them whatsoever. They've been doing it 27 years, I think. And at any given time, they have 700 to 800 cats there. They have 25 full-time employees, and it costs them about $1 million per year to run. We can take that 800 cats and do trap, neuter, and return at $40 per cat. That's about $32,000, and it's not an ongoing expense. It's done, it's over with, those cats are not a problem. We go on to the next group. A lot of times too with this, we get people who become hoarders, and we do definitely have hoarders in this area, and it makes a problem for the whole community. And so a lot of times people wanting to do something really good end up doing something really, really bad. The reason that you can't take these cats out and put them to sleep or relocate them, it's called the vacuum effect. And so at any given place, you have an environment and amount of food that will support so many cats. The cats come in, and they live fine, they have their babies. If you go in and you remove one of those cats, you just decrease the population by 1/3, so you've done a really great job. The problem is the environment's the same, the food's the same, and so that does not change the situation at all. Because what happens is those 2 mama cats now have more to eat, they have bigger litters, or other cats move in. But if you alter the cat, and you notice his ears notched, that mama cat still is occupying that same space. She's still eating the same amount. No one can move in on her. But the other 2 get the same amount, so they have the smaller litters. So that's, in essence, the whole idea of the, and it's been shown, there have been many, many studies on that, on how that works, and it works in almost every circumstance. The other thing is nuisance behavior. Cats that aren't fixed are just a pain, and they're yelling, fighting, howling, urine marking, which really stinks. The animals, you get enough of them, they really get sick and injured. And so one of our first things that we did, we tackled Looney Grove area. And it wasn't really successful at first because they told us to get lost. And literally for about a year, we were told, and here we're paying for it, we're doing all the work, and they said, no, thank you. But not that nicely. And so we ended up eventually, and they got to a crisis point at the mobile home park, and there's 170 trailers in that small little area. And so they got to a real crisis point. We did 2 sweeps in 2015. Saturday night we put out cages, took them to my work Sunday morning, we fixed them and returned them Monday. And what we were able to catch were 97 cats, 2 sweeps. There was about 4 hours each sweep. That's how many there were that we altered. And then the kittens, there were 12 that we altered and adopted. But what was interesting, and again, we really met people that hated the cats, and they had reason to hate them, because they had fleas really bad there. And then people really loved them, and you could threaten them, and they were still going to feed them. And we got them to come together, and we did a questionnaire afterwards, and asked, have you seen a decrease in the number of cats? And 80% said yes. Have you seen a decrease in the fleas? 60% said yes. Do the cats seem healthier? 90% said yes. And was this helpful, and should we do it again? And 100% said yes, please. And I'm just going to touch real quickly, I didn't do anything on diseases, but if you're thinking, wait, these cats are spreading diseases, they are rabies vaccinated. In this community, it's the bats and the skunks that have the rabies, confirmed cases, not cats, but we do rabies vaccinate them. We do put flea control on them. And then toxoplasmosis is something that can be devastating to a pregnant woman. In cats, they only, if they have toxoplasmosis, they only shed it during about a 2-week period as kittens. So you get rid of the kittens, you get rid of the toxo. So, kind of getting done here. We're going back to what is the Feral Cat Coalition doing? And basically, they're keeping cats out of the shelter. They're keeping cats out of the shelter, which is saving taxpayer dollars. With public vouchers, in the last 3 years, we've done 2,800 cats. And what the vouchers are, again, $20 the person puts in that catches them, $20 the Feral Cat Coalition puts in, and then the veterinarian absorbs the rest. So it's 2,800 cats altered, 226 kittens altered and adopted. But also now we're able to go into Mooney Grove County Park. And that is our colony, one that we've taken over and maintained. So rain or shine, Christmas, doesn't matter. There's one of the group out there feeding them. They're also applying flea products to the ones they can catch. If they're sick or injured, they take care of them. New cats come in, they grab them and we fix them. Kittens come in, we place them. And what has happened at Mooney Grove in 2013, we did a head count. And these are resident cats, cats that you always knew would be in this area or that area. They were there all the time. In 2013, there were 89 cats. Today, there's 18. So the next thing that we started this year, and there's a lot more that this group has done, a lot more than this, but they started mass trapping, now working with the SPCA clinic. And so they've done 2 mass trappings. They do the first Saturday of the month, January, February, and each time, totally they have 96 cats and 12 kittens that they've fixed and adopted. So the end of all this, what it does, what it proves. So you're doing it. Thank you. I keep forgetting that. The end result from this is saving of taxpayer dollars, because the city, which is the new care center, will not take in feral cats except for trap, neuter, and return. They made that change. In 2015, they made the change. They did 19 cats that year. In 2018, they did 442. Euthanasia rate, and this is your tax dollars here, euthanasia rate, 2015 was 1,719. 2018, last year, was less than 400. Total intake in cats dropped from 3,110 to 1,434. So it is working. It's working in other areas. We're actually starting to see some results now. It's been many years trying to get things going, and now they're really starting to move, which means other people get on board, which is wonderful. So just wanted to thank you. Is there any questions? There should be.
There's an email address.
Email. But the phone is not on the brochure?
There's a website on the back page.
Yeah, the website. The website is probably the best way. I'm asking, there's 2 people from the Feral Cat Coalition. The website is the best way to get in contact. You can get vouchers off that.
I want to say thank you for speaking to us and students. If you have questions about becoming a veterinarian, she'll stay back and maybe answer any of your questions. On behalf of Rotary Club, would you please sign this book so we can give it to the child in honor? Thank you, everybody, for a great meeting.